What's up, y'all? Thanks for watching DietzEatz. This week we got our Super Bowl special going on. If we're gonna watch Tommy B win another Super Bowl, might as well have some good appetizers. We got some garlic knots, we got some bruschetta, and we also have a apple brie and toasted pecan appetizer for you. So that's all exciting, so delicious. Let's get cooking. Leading off will be our garlic knots. Dissolve 1 teaspoon of active dry yeast into 2 cups of warm water. In a separate bowl, add 2 cups and some change of flour, a tablespoon of salt, and a tablespoon of olive oil. Slowly add the water and yeast while stirring and bring the dough together. Knead your dough until it stretches without tearing, then rest under a damp towel for 15 minutes. Give it a quick second knead and notice how it stretches like Mr. Fantastic. That's what we want. Cover again and let rest for 3 hours to rise. In a pan, throw in some butter and put on low heat. Mince up some garlic and put that in and just let this sit on low for a while to incorporate that garlic flavor. Our dough has risen, so let's tie these knots. Roll them out into a string, then cross the ends over each other and push one of the ends through the hole. Now just continue this process for your desired amount of knots. I couldn't find my brush, so I'm spooning our garlic butter onto our knots. I try to get a nice and even coating. Pop these into a 400-degree oven for 15 minutes or so, or until golden brown. Slap on some of that garlic butter, plate them up, and appetizer 1 is complete. We're gonna keep this train moving and start making our bruschetta. We're cutting our cherry tomatoes into quarters and tossing them in a bowl. Actually, now that I'm looking at them, these look like grape tomatoes, but either way, quarter them up. We're also dicing up some red onion and garlic to add to our bowl as well. With our mixture, add a healthy pinch of salt, some black pepper, dried basil, because the dang store didn't have any fresh basil, ridiculous, and some olive oil. Mix this up and I'm letting these flavors sit together overnight. Our bruschetta will be served on a crostini, so we're slicing up a French baguette at an angle to have more surface area to work with. We'll drizzle on some olive oil, hit them with some flaky salt, and pop these into a 450-degree oven for 7 minutes or so. At this point, you can turn off your oven. Plop on some nice mozzarella cheese, don't be cheap, and place these into an off oven to melt just a little bit. Once done, plate up the crostinis and put a healthy scoop of bruschetta on each one. Last but not least, our apple, brie, and pecan thing. I honestly hate naming my food. You know, it's not something simple like naming a child. Anyways, we're slicing up some apples, not too thick, but not too thin. Walk that line. Obviously, core them as well. Nobody wants to crunch into a bitter seed. If you aren't serving these right away, you can plop them into some water and cover with a paper towel to prevent them from browning. Throw some butter in a frying pan on medium-low heat to melt. Toss in your pecans, making sure not to overcrowd your pan, and add in some sugar and cinnamon. Toss these around frequently to get even toasting, and I'd actually recommend toasting them on a sheet tray in the oven because I was not diligent and burnt a whole bunch of them. Once darkened, not as much as some of mine, throw them on a wire rack to drain. Plating on this one is simple. Apple sliced down, piece of brie cheese on top of that, and a pecan on top of the brie. Easy. Here we got our 3 appetizers. I am so excited, so I'm gonna try these. We're gonna talk about them. Alright then, well then let's talk about these. We'll go from my least favorite to my favorite. Least favorite, still good, but it's gotta be the garlic knot. I mean, it was the simplest one. It was dough, kind of cooked up. It's crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside. That's nice with some garlic flavor. And I mean, that's all good, but it doesn't really hold a light to these other 2. Still good, still awesome. Give that one a try. Second one is the bruschetta. This one really stepped it up a notch. I mean, all that oil and the flavor, that mozzarella, all that soft stuff, and then you got the crunch from the crostini. And then really, when some of that flake salt hits you, you're chewing, it's going, and then that flake salt hits you, oh my goodness, it's incredible, it's insane. So that one's really good. But what I was expecting my favorite to be was this apple brie and toasted pecan. I mean, get out of town. What's there not to like? There's some sweetness, there's creaminess from the cheese, there's crispness from the apple, there's crunch from the pecan. Like, there's just so much that complements itself, and it is unbelievable. This is like one of my favorite bites of food. I've had this before, and each time it just blows me away. But there you have it. Here's three Super Bowl appetizers. You know, different levels of bouginess to them. But thank you so much for watching DietzEatz, and I'll see you next time. Hey, if you liked this video, hit that like button, leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you. We're going to have more content as time goes on. But we thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.